Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Harma Ellens. I am the current chair of the West Norriton Human Relations Commission. We advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we fight discrimination in any form. And that, of course, includes discrimination against the LGBTQ community. I'm proud to say that in West Norriton, we have an LGBTQ liaison to the Board of Commissioners, as well as to the police department. Is Alexis Nagel here? I've seen, yes, our police liaison is Alexis. She just put up her hand there. Thank you so much. So we're here today to celebrate Pride Month and to raise the Pride flag. Before we do that, we have a couple of speakers, and I first would like to introduce Anne Pavone. Anne is the first openly gay elected official, and she is currently president of the Board of Commissioners.
Hello. Okay. Welcome and thank you for being here. It looks like a friendly crowd, thank God. Hi, Jean. I think this is the third time we've done this. Is that right? Yeah. We've made a lot of progress with LGBT rights. However, there is an increased political pushback on gay rights. As you know, they're passing anti-LGBT laws like Don't Say Gay, based on the lie that gays are grooming children, as if children could be groomed. It's part of a larger threat to all of us, to gender equality, racial equality, our reproductive rights. Now they're talking about banning birth control. Why? An overwhelming majority of Americans approve of same-sex marriage. A majority of Americans are pro-choice, yet a minority is now making the rules for the rest of us. About 10 years ago, I had a talk with an old friend who was a straight conservative. We've been friends since childhood, and she's, on the opposite side of the spectrum. Once in a while, we have these little political discussions. And at the time, it was about 10 years ago, some of the states had approved gay marriage. So my friend calls me up and says, "Can I ask you a really dumb question?" And you won't laugh. And I said, "Of course." And she said, "What's your problem with the states having, the gay marriage being in the hands of the states?" And I said, "Well, how would you like it if your marriage was valid in Pennsylvania, but your husband got a job in Tennessee where it wasn't valid?" And she goes, "Oh, okay. Don't tell anybody I asked you that." But, and as I explained to my friend, I just want the same rights as she has. And I don't really care if people like me or if they approve of my lifestyle. Personally, I don't care that much if you don't want to make me a wedding cake, as long as I can have a wedding. George Carlin once said, "Religion is like a pair of shoes. If you find one that fits you, great, but don't make me wear your shoes." So here we are in 2024, and a minority is making us wear their shoes. And you have to ask yourself, do we have separation of church and state or not? Is this a free country or not? So you know what to do. Please get out and vote. Get your friends out. Get everybody to vote. Support women. Support LGBT. Support human rights. Support equality. And don't wear their shoes. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Anne. I would next like to invite our state senator, Amanda Capoletti.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think this is the third time I've been invited to speak here in West Norriton. I only got to start representing you all 2 years ago, but you've always included me, and maybe that's because a couple of us all ran together for the first time in 2017 and got to know each other then, and served locally together and had our fun little wars of which is the best Norriton. It's West Norriton, right? It's not just over there where... but it is such an honor to represent a community that will welcome my child, whomever she grows up to be, as long as she's a good person, whomever she chooses to love. whatever she chooses to do, all I ask is that she be a kind human being who gives of herself and loves others the way she would like to be loved. And that is what West Norriton is representing here in raising the pride flag, that this is a community that gives back to one another in the way that they would like to be given to. And it is an honor to fight for you guys and to fight for those equity and equality rights in Harrisburg. My colleagues, Matt Bradford and Joe Webster, who also have the privilege of representing West Norriton, couldn't make it today. I know you'll hear from a few people in a moment representing them, but they've been able to do incredible things in the House and pass bills since Matt became the majority leader. I call him Matt because he's a friend. I think most of you call him Matt because he's a friend to us. We know him. He cares about us. They passed the Fairness and Equality Act. They're working on legislation to protect reproductive rights. They're doing all of that with him at the helm. I can only hope that as we go into this election year, all of us stop and think about who it is we are voting for and if that person is going to represent us and protect our rights. Because I promise you that no matter what happens, if I get the opportunity to return to Harrisburg, I am going to continue to fight. It is an honor to have fought these years for you and with you, and I will continue to do so. Thank you for including me, and thank you for creating a community that I know everyone is welcome in.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Amy, who is representing here our state representative, Joe Webster.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry that Rep. Webster can't be here himself today, as you all know, and Senator especially knows, and Representative Leader Bradford knows. The weekends are filled with community events, and it is very hard to navigate them all, but it doesn't lessen the importance of this particular event itself. When Joe realized that he couldn't attend today, he asked me to come and represent, and he also asked me if I would ask my son Anthony if he would attend as well, because this event in particular really matters to him. So we brought Anthony with us to represent the youth, the LGBTQ youth. And to that point, I just want to say how much the flag matters. A few years ago, when Anthony started to ask me questions about the LGBTQ community, he would point out the flag everywhere we went. Anybody wearing rainbow colors, everywhere we went, he would point it out. Like, that representation really matters. And this year he started in a new school. Fifth graders move into a new building in our district. And the first thing he said before he went to school to his older siblings was, who are my allies? Who are the teachers in that building that I know I can go to and that I know I can talk to? And I think that's the symbol of the flag. It's why it's so important, right? For West Norriton to fly that flag and to let people know that you're welcome here, whoever you are, however you are, there's space for you here. And every time we wear our rainbow pride gear, or we acknowledge the flag, or a teacher puts that all are welcome here sticker on their front door into a classroom, it creates a sense of community, not just for our LGBTQ youth, but also for other students to realize that this is our community. Everyone is included in our community, and we all have a place here. So thank you so much to West Norriton for raising this flag. My parents live around the corner. I drive by here all the time, and all month long we're looking for it, we're acknowledging it. So many people are. And thank you all for your activism and for paving the way for the next generation of students who are in schools right now working on that culture and making sure that everyone's accepted. Thank you.
Okay, so let's raise the flag. I'd like to ask the commissioners to come up to the flag and raise it.
Take a few photos.
I won't stand in front of it. Yay! Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Thank you so much, and thank you all for coming. I really am very happy to see so many of you here. So thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and see you next year.
Thank you so much.